Welcome back to the Words from the Nerds podcast. I am joined once again by my co-host Charlie and a very special guest, Jay. Jay,
Let's
why don't you
go.
introduce yourself? Plug
Yes,
everything.
sir.
So my name is Jay. I'm from the UK. TikTok and jaytalksfilms. Bunch of stuff over there. Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Stranger Things, The Boys, all that good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yes, sir.
And we're recording this on Friday. I mean both Charlie and Jay have watched volume 2. I still haven't because I've been working all morning, but right after this, I'm turning around watching volume 2. So I mean, we're getting fed. I was talking to Jay before this, and
Yeah.
he said he woke up early and just literally it took him 4 hours to get through the boys in both episodes of Stranger Things. And I told him, I was like, "Dude, that's 4 hours of just straight peak content." So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
uh
gosh.
we're getting fed, dude. I'm so excited. But
For
yeah,
next week as well.
yeah, next week as well, dude. We got a finale. We got Thor, finale for the boys, and then Thor. Yeah, we're eating good over here. So,
Yeah.
but on our plate today, we got the boys episode 7. Such an amazing episode for an amazing show. I guess we could start off with Charlie on your thoughts on episode 7.
Yeah. We talked a little bit before we started recording, and I liked it. I still not even liked it. I loved it. This show is still amazing in every single way. And I said to these guys before we started, and I think because we've said every single week that it just keeps getting better and better and better, and that's just like a really great testament to the show. This one it didn't quite get better than the last episode, but I don't know how they could have done that, so I don't blame them at all. Because last week's episode, a lot of people have coined it the best episode the show has ever had. So it's like you can't really go too much higher than that. I mean, but we'll have to see what they even do with the finale next week. But this episode, I think, harped on all the emotional moments that have been built up throughout this entire season. Specifically with Kimiko, I loved that so much. That scene between her and Frenchie when they're talking about how she needs to get her powers back. I loved it. That was probably my favorite emotional beat of the entire episode. But then you cut to Butcher with all this flashback stuff. Butcher's getting some not that he hasn't had characterization in the past, but he's getting even more of it now. And just it's so heartbreaking to see him go through all that. And as soon as he wakes up, he tells Huey he's sorry. And then still just like doesn't quite learn from it. He's still like he has his ignorance or this arrogance, and he's like, I have to do this. He knows that this compound V, temp V, is gonna kill them eventually, and yet he just keeps stringing Huey along. It's so heartbreaking, some heartbreaking stuff to watch, man. But it's just it amplifies it so much more. And that scene with Maeve and Homelander in the beginning of the episode too, like Maeve just doesn't care anymore, and I love that, man. She's just like, today was a top 3 day for me because I saw you scared. That's a top 3 line for me. That's that's badass. Oh my God. There's so much to love about this episode. And I just like I said, it just fell a very small bit short from last week's, but it's still fantastic. It's amazing. The show does not let up, and I commend it so much.
Yeah. Jay, what do you think about episode 7?
Personally, this is like one of my favorite episodes of the entire show. So I feel a bit different to Charlie, but yeah, like I said, it's just nothing but top hero-gasm from last week. I don't think, purely because just that fight alone just makes it even better. But this episode, Black and Noir was my favorite part of this episode. Because we never see him talk, obviously, but to somehow made the animations with all those like animals like tell the story like perfectly about his past with Soldier Boy and stuff like that. I really love that. And like you said, the butcher past about his abusive father, just like the troubles with his little brother. Yeah, it's just very emotional.
Yeah. I kind of want to touch on the Black Noir stuff. But starting off, like, yeah, absolutely love this episode. I agree with what Charlie said. Like, I don't even want to call it a step down because it's such a good episode. But like, it falls into like coming off of an episode like Herogasm, which is like my favorite episode of this entire show. Coming off an episode like that, it's gonna fall victim to just trying to fill its shoes and stuff like that, which I think the finale could probably blow us away even more. So um saying all that, it's not dragging this episode down at all, because it was still a top tier episode,
Yeah.
so just want to get that out of the way. But I love how y'all, Charlie mentioned Kimiko, and Jay mentioned Noir. Those are two characters that have no dialogue at all, except for Noir and flashbacks. But overall, they have no type of dialogue, and one, you can't even see his face. So it's like, how do we show these? How do we give them depth? How do we give them emotions? Okay, well, Kimiko gets some musical numbers. She has these fantasies where she sings, and she even, yeah, like I said, busts out in a whole musical number. And then for Noir, we get all of this in like some crazy cool animation that only he's seen. They cut out of it, and he's just staring at the wall, and it's insane to get like to see it from the outside and then see it in his head. And so I love how they use all these creative, awesome ways to give all these characters more depth, and especially characters that have no lines at all. And like I said, one that just, he has a mask on, you can't even see his face, so it's not like he can act with his face like Kimiko does. um, and she does really really well at that. But yeah, so how else do you show his emotions, or give him some depth, or give us a deeper dive into his mind and what's going on? And I think they did it in such an awesome way. I mean, I was just gushing over that animation style and everything that was going on. I guess we can kind of start there. We're gonna be all over the place. We don't have no structure
Yeah.
here. We just go for it. So I want to start there because I have a question. So it showed that the Black Noir, the reason why he is the way he is today, is because Soldier Boy burnt his brains open, or burnt his face
True.
on a Jeep engine, and just bashed his brains out of his head. But in the flashback from earlier in the season, we see that it was caused by I forget, was it the Russians that were invading them at that
I
camp?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder what actually happened to Noir. Was it Soldier Boy that made him the way he is, or was it what we saw in the flashback? Because that flashback was from Grace Mallory's perspective.
Yeah.
This one is from Noir's perspective. So yeah, I'm just really I want to know like what actually happened. Was everything we saw from Noir's animation, was that like the true events, and was that really how Soldier Boy treated everyone? I'm assuming it is, but as for Noir, was it how Grace remembered it? I was kind of confused by that, not in a bad way, but kind of intrigued by that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely how it went down. I only just because I think that adds more weight to the whole story behind Soldier Boy and Payback, the whole team, and how much they hated him. Um, both the scene where they not try but successfully get him taken by the Russians, but also before that, where they show like the little seedlings of why they hate him, because he's just beat Black Noir to a pulp even before that part, because Black Noir wanted a part in a movie or whatever. So I think that is really what happened, and somehow they just masterfully covered it up, to the point where even Mallory, who was there at the seeing, not even seeing, she didn't see those events specifically, but she saw like this gigantic attack, but she didn't see any of the little goings on between the whole team. I don't know how they hit it that well, but I mean, I guess that's Payback for you. But
Yeah.
I think I 100% think that's what happened, and it was just like, I want to just harp on how, dude, that was like so raw and like painful to watch. And like, it's like what you said about you have two characters that can't talk, and they can't really, and one has a mask covering his entire face, so how do you convey the emotion? And I feel like they did that really really well. Both in the first scene where I was talking about Soldier Boy just absolutely beating the shit out of Black Noir for wanting a part in a movie, wanting to be top dog or whatever. But then just the team part, I was like, oh my god. And they weren't letting up because it was animation. But then I was like sitting here, I was like, dude, this is like, I'm not like, I cry at animation, like I'll like, it doesn't matter, it's like the same type of thing for me. But like,
Yeah.
this was more like a Looney Tunes type thing for me, and I feel like Looney Tunes I wouldn't find very like emotionally, you know, driven, but
Yeah.
this did drive out my emotions like very, very, very much, and so that's just like it's again a testament to what the boys can do. But yeah, I think that is what actually happened. I think Mallory just saw this what they wanted them to see, what they wanted her to see at that point. So Vought's pretty sneaky like that, I guess.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that scene was, really hard to watch. I mean, they did not hold back at all. Soldier Boy literally drives his shield through Black Noir's head and like literally splits it in half and just doesn't let up after that. So I'm here to say right now, fuck Soldier Boy, bro. I'm not on his side, or he is a piece of shit, man. And
Yeah.
so yeah, we see that with Noir and everything, which makes me think that we're gonna get a lot of Noir next episode. He's gonna come for some like blood, bro, and we're gonna see him go crazy. So I'm excited for that, but because Soldier Boy does deserve it. And we see that nothing has really changed because he does the same thing to Mindstorm later, and literally everything in the woods with him and Huey, how he keeps looking back and he's like, "Did you say something?" And it's like it's supposed to be funny and it's supposed to show like his PTSD, but dude, I couldn't help but like feel scared at those scenes. I don't know why. It's just like seeing him that paranoid and seeing him, looking back saying, "Did you say something?" It's just like
Yeah.
while being high, it's just so like chilling for some reason, disturbing. Um, so like yeah, even those scenes with him and Huey and everything that happens to Butcher. I guess we can move on to Butcher real quick. He gets some more character depth as well. Um, yeah, Jay, what'd you think about all that Butcher stuff? I mean, that hit hard,
Yeah,
bro.
it did.
Yeah,
Just everything was just so emotional about his character, like because we learned before in I think season 2, he didn't like his father at all purely because of his abusive traits,
yeah,
and he constantly blamed Butcher for the death of Lenny, and
mhm,
Butcher kept on feeling like it was his responsibility to protect him, but as
yeah,
we saw in this episode, his father just constantly went at him, and Butcher just like started to become more like his father because we saw him like hit the headmaster with the stapler
yeah,
out of pure anger, and the scene where Lenny gets out the gun because I think it was when Butcher was about to leave, wasn't it? Or
yeah,
did he came back or something like years later, and then
yeah,
Lenny, yeah, Lenny wasn't in a good place, and then it was like Lenny's death was probably something that awakened Butcher because when he woke up from his his mind thing, the first thing he says is "I'm fucking sorry" to Huey.
yeah,
He's just
Yeah.
reassuring. It's just reassuring Huey that everything's gonna be all right and nothing's because he compared Lenny and Huey a lot, like in season 2.
yeah,
There's similarities between them that Butcher saw, and yeah, everything about Butcher's past is so emotional. Like from his wife to his father, just everything.
yeah. I want to talk about the little warning they gave at the beginning of the episode because up
Yeah,
until this point, or up until Hero Gasm, they never gave a warning. At least I don't think, other than just like the stuff at the top left of the screen. But Hero Gasm, we expected it. It was like kind of a little funny
yeah,
one. This one, when I saw it, I was kind of like, whoa, what are we gonna deal with here? Like,
Yeah.
this is something new because it says like death by suicide, some sensitive issues, and taboo sexual and graphic scenes. And then the stuff about no living people or animals were harmed or coerced. And so I saw that and I was like, what are we about to get into? Like, this is the only time we saw this was for Hero Gasm or something similar. And once we got into Butcher's head, I was like, oh man, don't like. And I knew the suicide was gonna come from the warning, but like the whole time I was still like, please don't like show this to Butcher.
yeah,
Like you feel bad for him, and it's just like it's hard to watch at times, seeing how their dad treated them, and even when oh man, Carl Urban put on the fucking acting chops for this one, man. Like I'm tearing up just like thinking about it when he was telling himself like, don't you fucking do it, don't you fucking leave, like
yeah,
say he
Yeah.
needs you, he's not okay without you. And oh man, it hurt seeing Butcher like that. And yeah, when he wakes up and he just tells Huey like, "I'm sorry, I'm fucking sorry," and there's a lot of times I teared up, and that was one of them. I was just like, oh man. And even when he's tearing up looking at Huey later on, I was just like, man, dude, they hit the feels with this one, which I think is really good because not only are you setting up all your characters for the finale, but you're giving them some not last minute, but technically, like, for lack of a better word, some last minute depth and issues and stuff. And I don't know about y'all, but this really makes me feel like this could be the end of Butcher, at least next episode. I feel like he's not gonna make it out, man. After getting this, I feel like he won't.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. I like that's. I could see that being a thing as well, especially after this, like, because most of the time you get like obligatory flashbacks and stuff to this person's past and whatnot if they're thinking about getting rid of them and stuff like that. Like they get their last little emotional beat before they're gone. That's definitely I can definitely see that happening, but I don't know, like, to me, I just think Butcher it's like Homelander. Like if you have Homelander, you have Butcher, Um, and it seems like now, especially after the end of this episode, like maybe Homelander is gonna make it out of this. um,
Dude.
but no, yeah, I think if we were to lose Billy, I just wonder where the show would pivot. Like what would the focus then bounce back to, because I feel like for the most part the reason that we are even continuing on this journey is because Butcher is so hell-bent on it. Like even at the beginning of this season, Butcher was the one that wanted to do this whole thing. Was out. Frenchie, I guess him and Frenchie, they were working together on the government stuff, but even Frenchie and Kimiko, they're thinking about leaving in like episode 3 or 4 or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just wonder where they would pivot if that were the case. But I mean, I think that's interesting though, if they were to like go that route, because they've shown that they do the unexpected. Like I'm looking right now I'll pivot the conversation a little bit. The A-Train thing, I did not see that coming at all. I wouldn't have like I would have assumed that maybe like they actually did kill him like that. I could see that being the end of A-Train's character, him just dying right there. Like his kind of sort of redemption, but
He's a piece of
he's
shit, so
still
he
a
can't
piece of
get
shit regardless. So, but no, that was like, and we
That's
gave
even
you
worse.
Blue Hawk's heart, and I was like, dude,
So
no
ironic.
way.
Yeah.
That was that's exactly. It was just like, holy cow, I can't, like, I felt like Ashley felt good saying all that too. She was like, I'm
I
pissing
don't
this
like her.
motherfucker off. Yeah, it's just like, oh my gosh, man, that's great. I think that's the only bit we get of A-Train in this. So I wonder if like how he's gonna play into this.
Yeah,
I'm excited though. I'm excited for more super speed. So
exactly, because I mean, he has a new heart. Like his condition is fixed. He can run at super speed again. So getting him in the picture, and then having Noir hell bent on killing Soldier Boy, and like getting all these pieces in set, getting Kamiko with the Compound V back. They're literally setting the table. This is like the best way to do a penultimate episode, even if not a lot of crazy things happen like we're used to in The Boys. They still set everything up for a kick-ass finale. I mean, because dude, we could see a lineup like even if Soldier Boy does team up with Homelander, we got motherfucking Black Noir, bro. Like he is hellbent on killing Soldier Boy. Black Noir, Kimiko, Starlight, the boys. Like, dude, who is stopping that team? Like, yeah, you got
Queen
Homelander
Maeve
and
in the
Soldier
mix
Boy.
as well.
Exactly. Yeah. If Queen Maeve gets out, throw her on there too. I mean, that's a
damn,
lineup, dog. And
yeah, bro, you're right. Hold
it's in
on.
place. It's in place to happen. So, yeah, but and to kind of shift to Kimiko and Frenchie, because that was another moment I teared up too. Just hearing Kamiko. Oh my gosh, and it's crazy because she doesn't even talk. You just hear Frenchie, saying the words, and she's like, "Yeah, when we kissed," or she wasn't even. It was nothing. She was signing. And
Yeah,
she
no, it
says,
was
when we kissed, it felt weird, but not in a bad way, but because like we're more than that. Like you're my family now. And if I can't
so
protect,
good.
I need my powers to protect my family. And then we turn around and see that again. I forgot who it was. I think it was Starlight. How she says, I need to go save Huey, and he's not gonna like it, but like I have to do it to protect him. And it's like I like thinking of a single word to describe like these episodes and stuff. So like last episode, I think the one I came up with, I can't really remember. This might fit into like episode 5 or 4, but it was like power for one of them. This one, I say it's family, because I feel like that's the central theme in this one, family or trauma. So either way, like yeah, they set all the pieces for a huge finale, and like I absolutely can't wait, dude. Like this is gonna be insane.
No, yeah. With the whole twist thing at the end, I did not see that coming at all. That was just like on a whim. As soon as he said that he jerked off into a cup or whatever, that's when it
I
clicked
was
for
like,
me.
yeah.
I was like, oh my god, there's no
That was the
way they're
point. That
doing
was the
this.
point you realized.
No, yeah, because like I get that he said like the Vogelbaum thing, and I was like, I wasn't like it wasn't clicking for me. But
Yeah.
like as soon as he said that he jerked off in a cup, and then I just put the pieces together, like, oh, okay, like because you never really think like how Homelander came to be before. At least I never did. Like I know that he was a kid, but like I never imagined whose kid he might be. So that's why it just kind of like felt like it came out of nowhere for me. But like I saw someone say in because I made a video about it. Someone say in the comments it shows how big of a thing the Star Wars Darth Vader and Luke kind of reveal thing is.
Yeah.
Just because like how big these type of moments can be. And like I agree with that sentiment. I think it's just now like almost everybody in the world knows that Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. So
Spoilers for Empire Strikes Back.
uh, but yeah, no, like this, I really now it's like each episode you still left wondering like how much crazier is this gonna get, and especially now with that revelation, like I keep saying like as soon as the boys think that they have a fighting chance, something comes up, something gets ripped away. And I mean, not to say like maybe they will fight, but like it seems like to me Soldier Boy is a very like he just said that he would have given up the spotlight for his own kid. So I imagine he's not going to be willing to fight or kill his own kid.
He's
So
not. Yeah.
yeah, and I know Homelander. I can tell Homelander probably. Okay, well, I'm gonna say I can tell, but like if it doesn't turn out like this, sue me. But it seems like knowing Homelander, he's not going to care about that. That emotion isn't going to be there. Even though I know he says he wants that love, right? Like that we saw last episode when he looks in the mirror, he's like he just wants somebody to love him. Like that's what he wanted from Maeve. That's what he wanted from Stormfront and from I forget her name, but the original chick who was running Vought, the woman who was running Vought.
I think it was
Madeline Stillwell.
Madeline
Yeah,
Stillwell.
Madeline Stillwell. That's all he wanted. And so maybe it's a possibility he could get that from Soldier Boy. But I think for the most part, now Homelander's just looking for a way to survive, to get out of this alive. And so he's just obviously going to use that now to try and, make it out alive. I'm wondering if Ryan is ever going to come back into the equation here.
I think next episode. I think finale he will.
Yeah. I want to get your thoughts on that.
So I was gonna say that because there's something that I forgot until you just mentioned that right now, and then I'll pick Jay's thoughts because I actually want to know Jay's thoughts on the big twist as well. But Victoria Newman gives him a piece of paper. I think that paper is Ryan's address, and I think that's where he's going.
Yeah.
And I think
you're right.
Soldier Boy is gonna go with him, and he's gonna say, "Look, Ryan, this is your grandpa." And it's going to be 3 generations of them right there.
Bro,
Yeah.
I think you're right. Oh my God.
I think so. I don't know what that address is, but that's the only thing I can think of right now is that it is where Ryan's being kept.
Damn.
And that's kind of that's Newman's kind of like peace offering.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, because I was struggling all day. What is on that paper? And I thought they were going to show it at the end, and they did. It was an address, but they didn't say much after that. But by the look on Homelander's face, and after figuring out that Soldier Boy is like his dad, dude, you have to have like the big lineup: grandpa, dad, and son. And I think that's where this is going. And I think as soon as like Butcher figures it out, that's where we're gonna have another like outside fight, big finale fight like last season. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, like, you know, seeing all that. Like, I'm going on a rant, but like, imagine Homelander's laser eyes, Ryan's laser eyes, and Soldier Boy's like thing just all at once, and then just like, you know, the
What's the
whole
point?
lineup.
What's the point of fighting that?
Yeah, that's
they
like
do.
No point.
that's raps, bro. That's raps. No, that's I
actually,
think that's like a testament to the quality of writing and the way they frame things in the show. Because like they showed us that piece of paper. Well, they didn't show it to us, but they let us see that Homelander's looking at it when Victoria gives it to him, and then we see the piece of paper literally right before the big reveal. So it's like we see it and we're like, oh yeah, that piece of paper, but then we immediately forget about it again because holy shit, what the hell is this? This is a wild revelation. And then so now we're like, the paper is like out of our mind, and then so we go into the next episode and it's like, oh my god, that piece of I think you're right. I think that piece of paper is 100% where Ryan lives. And I just wonder how Victoria got that. But no, that's just like,
yeah.
oh
Maybe
my
Stan
god,
Edgar.
man.
Maybe he has something to do with it.
Oh, because he has been pushed to the sidelines this season.
Yeah. No,
That's
yeah.
actually really good.
He's got to come back too. Yeah.
He has to have
like
something up his sleeve, bro, and that's probably what it is. Interesting. Jay, what'd you think about the big twist? Did you even see that coming, or
Not at all?
yeah?
Not at all. Like, I was watching it, and then as soon as Soldier Boy was talking, I can't remember the exact lines, but the moment he said something about what more would a father like, I can't remember the exact. I'm bad with quotes, by the way, so don't trust me with that. But yeah, just as soon as I heard that, like, I just didn't see it coming, and like, I had no words for it, honestly.
It was crazy, bro. I mean, I've seen theories about it. It was one of those theories where I looked at it and I was like, what? You know, like there's no way.
I never saw a theory about it. That's why it like surprised me so much, because I went into it with like, it's this complete shock factor.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
See, and it wasn't even like I hadn't even like I say I saw it. It might have been something like as small as just a comment on a video, and that was it. But not anything to hold on to, because like I said, I was like, no, there's no way. But I do want to bring up a video I saw. I think T Dog JC on TikTok posted it a while back before the season came out. So I'll shout him out on it and give him credit, because it's his video. He said that he pointed out that Soldier Boy on the boys picture, it has like the boys on top and it has the 7 underneath them, like upside down, like framed upside down. And Soldier Boy is on the boys roster, but he's also on the 7's roster underneath. Like he's on both sides of the poster. Okay. And he put in the video, he was like, I just realized that Soldier Boy is on both lineups, which means that he might flip-flop to either team by the end of the season, whether it's the boys or Homelander's team. And sure enough, it ended up being Homelander's. I remember seeing that video, so I was holding on to that all season. I was like, maybe, like, I'm gonna keep an eye out, because like, you know, Soldier Boy's not gonna stay straight the whole show. Like, there's no way he's just gonna fight with the boys. And so I was waiting, and this was the most insane way they could have had him change sides.
No, yeah, it's absolutely wild. I mean, I can't wait to see where that goes next week, obviously. But I think one thing I wanted to touch on that it was kind of like one of those things, I think, where they frame the way they frame it. But right before Kimiko and Frenchie have like their emotional moment, MM and Frenchie, they figure out like how to knock out Soldier Boy. So, but they said that they have to go to Russia to go get the stuff first. So, I don't know if they're going to be able to make that trip all in the last episode and stuff, but I mean, they know how they have look like they had like the little chemical compound and like how it's made or whatnot. But
yeah,
there's so many factors going into this finale that it's like, it's kind of like what's the most recent show example that we just had? Like, how are they going to wrap it up? I feel like I'm thinking of Moon Knight, even though Moon Knight didn't really wrap it all up successfully. But that I'll just reference Moon Knight, I guess, because yeah, I felt like going into Moon Knight, they had so many threads and they couldn't wrap it. Didn't seem like they'd be able to wrap it up. But that's the thing, like with the quality of writing of the boys, I think they can. I have faith that they can. but that's the thing. There's so many little threads that are just way over here, some closer in. It's like you don't know how they're gonna fit it all in. But I mean, hey, dude, they've surprised me all season long. So
Yeah.
that's a complete testament to them. But what do you guys think of the vapor knockout gas?
Jay, you can go first.
The vapor knockout gas.
Yeah, because I think Frenchie realized when he was drinking a cup of coffee, because him and MM were trying to figure out what this gas was that in a video of Soldier Boy in like a Russian encampment, Russian like torture chamber, I
Torture,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah. But he was knocked out, and then they were trying to figure out what gas it was. But then Frenchie realized it was a vapor, and then it's like this super poisonous vapor that to anybody else, like if you breathe it in, all your organs fail and all that type of thing. But then for Soldier Boy, it's just a nap.
Yeah.
They said.
Well, if I was paying attention to that part.
That's the thing. That's why I mean the way they frame it, because they put it like that right before MM goes to beat Todd's bitch ass, and then before Frenchie and Kimiko have their emotional moment too. So it's like
Yeah.
they frame that, and it was very short, and then you get all these like
I know what you're
big
talking about,
emotional
yeah.
hits. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I was wondering like if it was because at this point, like up until this point, we knew it was or we assumed it was halothane. So whenever Soldier Boy just like inhales it and blows it out, I was like, oh, there's no stopping this dude, because like even the stuff the Russians use on him isn't working right now. And then Frenchie comes in and he's like, oh no, it's this, and I was like, oh yes, there's a way, and I want to say I feel like they won't be able to make the trip in time, but then again, bro, we have so much stuff playing in the finale. I wouldn't be surprised if we just see a gas bomb come out of nowhere and it just knocks out Soldier Boy and it's Frenchie and MM, or they somehow bring that to wrap back into this. I wouldn't be surprised at all. I just don't think they'd leave this as like a cliffhanger for next season to where then MM and Frenchie come out of nowhere and they're like, oh, by the way, that thing we talked about in season 3, we have it now. So I feel like they have to bring it in next episode, and if they do, then that's a wrap for Soldier Boy.
Sorry to interrupt.
No,
my
you
time with little Nina, because of her Russian background, maybe something to do with her. Maybe she can help Frenchie.
Yeah.
Right, after practically holding him hostage and his 2 girls.
Yeah.
I doubt he'll trust her, but maybe she'll have an involvement purely because of her Russian background. Maybe she has ties in Russia to link with Soldier Boy. I don't know.
Yeah. No, dude, and that's again, I totally forgot about Lil Nina. So yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. It makes sense on how like maybe even Nina can just get it for them, or just to save the trip, or maybe she's the reason like why they get back so fast in time for the finale, when it wraps up and everything. I mean, we keep saying the finale, but I mean the finale like that, if we're thinking it's a big fight, it could maybe it wraps up pretty fast, and then the whole back half of the episode is just some other crazy stuff. Like, who knows? That's the thing. Who knows with this show? Like, it could literally be anything. So, they have their pieces.
The thing, sorry to interrupt, but the thing that comes into mind for me is like, there's like I said, there's so many threads to the point where it's like, going into this, somebody or multiple people are not going to get what they want. And so it's like, you don't know how you're going to prepare for that. Like, Huey and Butcher want Homelander dead. And then the way they can go about doing that is Soldier Boy. And MM, Frenchie, Kimiko, all of them, they want Soldier Boy dead. And so if they kill Soldier Boy before he kills Homelander, then everybody's screwed Homelander wise. And then Starlight wants to save Huey, but Huey doesn't want to be saved at this moment, even though actually I guess he had a little bit of a change of heart this episode, like with Mindstorm, which is a really cool name also, by the way. I think Mindstorm is a sick-ass name. But yeah, he was going to teleport him away and everything. And And then I also, side note, I also love the way that Huey is just like, regardless, like whether I like it or not, Butcher is family. I was like,
Oh,
damn,
yeah,
let's go, bro.
that's the other
Yeah.
part. That was the other part. Yeah, it was him saying that Butcher's family, and then also seeing Kimiko say that Frenchie's family. It was that part. That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for
No,
bringing
yeah,
that up.
no. So yeah, you're 100% right. Like this, like the whole arc was like family here, and
Yeah.
and it's like because you watch these and like you think like they don't really connect with each other that like they're the boys. Obviously, they work together, but like listen, for the most part, they kind of hate each other. They break up all the time, whatnot. But like to show like there's like they have those bonds. I mean,
Yeah.
not all of them, obviously. Like I'm sure MM's still pissed at Butcher, but
I feel like MM's the only one in this episode that feels disconnected from his family purely because of his daughter. Like Todd putting his daughter in like a sense of harm because of the whole Homelander speech. Because
Yeah.
MM looked pretty angry walking up towards Todd when he punched him in the face,
Oh,
which I
yeah.
thought was a great moment because I don't like Todd at all.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
I've loved MM this season. I just think everything about his grandpa and Soldier Boy, that whole backstory, I just think that's some of the realest moments we've ever seen of MM in the show, and I think he
Yeah.
deserves it because he's been an underrated character for me.
Yeah. I mean, he's been super underrated for me up until this season. You know, everything we were getting with him, I was like, I wonder why we're getting so much MM. And then as the season went on, I was like, oh man, like now, now I understand. And I totally forgot about that too. That's another family. Like, even though he is disconnected from it, it's another family, aspect to like the show and his arc and everything, and how it plays into the other characters. Because yeah, Todd deserved every bit of that and more because um it is fucked up, and he's over here saying like, no, but he's onto something because maybe Starlight does traffic children. And it's crazy because it's like, we're obviously looking from the inside out, but like the whole world is looking outside in, and they're just all so easily persuaded by like the media and by like just what the strong white man says on the stage. They're so easily persuaded by it, which says a lot about like America and everything. But Jay's like, dude, I don't know what y'all like. Fuck y'all. He's like, I don't have those problems. No, but like it says a lot about like at least America and everything. That that the boys continues to touch on so well. And so yeah, I mean, it's just like, Todd, bro, shut the fuck up, please, bro. Like
Thanks.
MM, dude, you should get on top of it and just start like just bop 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 bop, give him
Dude,
more.
yeah.
'Cause,
He has an obsession with Homelander, I feel, because I can't remember MM's daughter's name, but at her birthday party, the little banner has Homelander in there, so
yeah,
he clearly has.
Yeah.
He clearly likes him a little bit.
A little weirdo, man. No,
it's
yeah, because
yeah.
MM's my favorite character. So like watching this,
Mhm.
like this stuff is
Yeah.
I'm just especially that point when Todd's like, well, somebody needs to be your father. I was like,
Ooh, I was
bitch.
like,
Oh, you motherfucker. Yeah, you deserve that one, brother. Come
Yeah.
on now.
Yeah.
But on that note, I made a prediction. I think it was last week. Me and Aiden and I did, it was my prediction. I was telling Aiden, I think MM's gonna die. I really do think. I still think they're leading up to that here. I just feel like they've get like I said earlier, like you give the person these emotional beats, throughout the season or throughout a couple episodes to like lead up to their death to make it a bit more heartfelt and satisfying. And I feel like that has just been MM this whole season. He's been dealing with his trauma with Soldier Boy, trying to. I think it all came to a head for me in last episode in Herogasm when he's telling Annie, "I need to get rid of this. I need to get rid of him out of my head." Because like I'm still that scared kid at night that gets up to check the burners. Like that was super emotional. Yeah, that scene is fantastic. Thank you, Jay. That scene is so fantastic. But yeah, I think of all the people, because I know a lot of people are leaning towards like Frenchie and Kimiko, and I think that's a possibility too, especially with that conversation they had earlier this season about leaving the boys. And well, now that Kimiko has her powers left, oh, dude, and actually, yeah, especially after she said, "I need to protect my family." Dude, imagine she loses Frenchie now. Dude, that would hurt too. Oh my God. I could
She's
see it
already
either
lost
way.
her brother as well. She's
Yeah,
already lost her
no,
brother.
dude.
Her entire
Yeah.
family, not Frenchie as well. That can't happen.
Oh my God, dude.
Oh.
It sucks,
Dude,
bro.
like, no, that's the thing. Like, I think it could go either way. I'm leaning more towards MM, but like, oh my god. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him either way, dude. Either way, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt, bro. Both ways. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I like how you brought up the MM stuff again from last episode, and how he said that if he doesn't get rid of Soldier Boy, like it's gonna just eat him alive, basically. I'm gonna go and make a bold prediction. And I don't know, I don't have, I say I don't have anything backing this up, but it's literally just MM's whole entire arc. I feel like if he doesn't die next episode, or here, let me phrase it like this. He's either gonna die or he's gonna kill Soldier Boy. If they come back with that gas, and MM's the one that knocks out Soldier Boy, I can see him having a moment like how Soldier Boy had this episode, where he's just like just like pounding Mindstorm's head with the shield, and just seeing MM, getting all that pent up anger that he's been letting out little by little all season in front of his daughter and everything. I feel like it's just all like, if he knocks out Soldier Boy and he has his chance, and it just all comes out. I mean, who knows? Maybe they do go to Russia, and they find an actual weakness, or like an actual weapon that can pierce Soldier Boy, or his skin, or can kill him. And they come back, and you just see him go insane. And then if we want to keep Homelander alive, then Homelander can see the death of his dad. He's like, I got my dad, and now I just saw him die. Like, just to push him even more insane for season 4, to just have him just go all out insanity if you want to keep him alive for next season. So, but to bring it back, I feel like if MM doesn't die next episode, he's gonna kill Soldier Boy, and if he doesn't kill Soldier Boy, he's gonna die. I feel like that's where this is heading.
damn.
If you don't mind me, because we haven't really seen MM like brutally attack someone without the show. Like, we've seen like hints of him like channeling some anger, but we haven't really seen him like lash out at someone in particular. So him like killing Soldier Boy would be the perfect part just for his story, just to end it all and just stop thinking about his past and end the trauma forever.
Yeah.
You got any theories, Charlie? Let's hit some bold theories time. Unless you want to touch on anything else from the episode, I feel like we probably hit everything.
No,
right?
yeah,
If any of it all.
I think we did. I guess that whole, I want to just say how cool that Annie and Homelander thing was. She was just live streaming that whole time.
She caught him in 4K,
yeah, bro.
He's like, "Hey guys, oh my god,
hey guys,
he is insane."
The way he was like, "Oh, you can't record us going over lines, that." I was like,
you can just see his face,
my boy.
You can see his face change as the elevator closes, like,
yeah,
like that stare of anger towards Annie.
His famous stare.
God.
Yeah, dude, he got caught in 4K. I also want to talk about how he literally told Maeve, like, the only reason you're still alive is because I'm gonna impregnate you, and so that we can have a soup kid, and I can finally have a kid of my own, and everything. I was like, oh, dude, you have no redemptive qualities about you anymore.
That was a bit strange,
Yeah, I was like, you are a living, walking piece of shit. That's crazy, man.
And he was talking about having kids with Maeve at the start, about what their kids would look like in the future as well.
Yeah.
And so he's a weird guy, honestly.
Oh my god, bro. That whole scene, I was like in awe. Like, I mean, obviously, like, it fits his MO, obviously, but just like you think he can't say any more worse shit, but then like
he's an awful
he
guy.
doubles down.
Yeah.
No, yeah, exactly. It's
but we like
oh
him.
my god.
He's a great villain, but we hate him.
Yeah.
You love to hate him.
Yeah,
I actually support Homeland. I'm kidding, totally kidding. I wouldn't be surprised if there's people out there, like some Todd motherfuckers in real life. Like,
probably,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, no, it's like it's all like I'm reminded of like the people that like, oh, dude, the boys is like realistic. If they're superheroes and stuff, like, I mean, to a point it is, like, you're right, but like you don't have to be a piece of shit because you have superpowers, dog.
No.
But no, I think as far as theories go, for me, like, I have the MM thing for sure. I'm locking that out. I think MM will die, me personally. Just because, like, I don't know, I feel like there's too much with, especially now with this Homelander and Soldier Boy being like father and son. So I mean, I don't know the thing is, though, I'm also hesitant because I don't know if they would use Soldier Boy in season 4. I don't know if they carry him over even
No.
further. Because
Yeah.
like, let's look at like every season we've had like a different end goal, you know?
Yeah.
Like
Different.
Stormfront a little bit.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
bring
exactly.
down
Because we
season
had
2.
yeah, and
and then
then
Translucent in season 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
so it's like
Yeah.
we've had a different one every season. So that leads me to believe that Soldier Boy won't be around. So I can also see what you guys are saying that MM would, because like that's the only way to really wrap up MM's story. Those two ways: MM dies or he kills Soldier Boy. So
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards him dying, but you know, I think what you guys are saying is absolutely a high possibility as well.
Yeah.
But for like larger theories, you know, I was talking to my dad before this, and I really before the episode last night, and I was really thinking that they would kill Starlight potentially.
Oh no, not Annie.
Yeah, that was before that I watched this episode though, and now
But
she's like sitting there.
still, I
Yeah, I
mean,
guess there's still some threads for sure. Like I'm sure she pissed off Homelander a lot. Obviously, like he gave her an out right there too, right before she
When
went in
doesn't
the
she piss him
elevator.
off?
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Like he tried to give her like an out in a sort of way, like go tell the press this, yada yada yada, whatever he said. And then you can come back or whatnot. And then she doubled down and said,
Yeah.
"Oh, well, thank you for telling my followers this and whatever." So now I'm sure he's like all 100% kill mode on this girl.
She's
So
probably got
like,
like 20 million live people watching her as well.
Oh
190,
yeah.
yeah,
193 million followers.
that's insane. No,
That
yeah,
is actually insane, dude. That's
That's
half
like Kylie
America.
Jenner. That's like Kylie Jenner level.
Yeah,
yeah.
basically.
No,
Oh
yeah, that's
man.
like half America. Yeah, that's like half of America
Yeah.
watching. That's crazy. So yeah, I think it's a possible, especially with now Annie saying like I'm gonna save Huey whether he like wants me to or not type thing. That seems like she could like try to like get in the way and try while not get in the way, but while trying to save Huey, something could happen. I don't know. I think we've gotten a lot of Annie, a lot of good stuff from Annie in this season. It seems like where they've built her relationship with Huey, I don't want to say they can't bounce back. Um, but last episode for me, I was sitting there thinking like the way that she was like, I thought this was just the compound, the temp V, but like this is you. This is just who you are. And so it just seemed like to me like it's not gonna work out relationship wise for them. And then I don't know where else she can go because now she's done the thing that she's wanted to this entire season, almost this entire run of the show. She's tired of like putting on this fake facade. Like as soon as she joined the Seven and realized how horrible it is, Vought and the whole system in general, and now that she's come out about it and said all these things, I don't know. I could see that being sort of like the tail end for her. So that would be another one for me. I guess all my theories revolve around deaths. So.
I mean, with this show, yeah. I mean, you kind of have to. I want to say something real quick, and then Jay, we can get your theories. But we forgot to touch on how apparently, if you take anywhere from 3 to 5 doses of Temp V, it will kill you.
Yeah.
And as far as we know, I think Huey's used it 3 times, and I think Butcher's used it 4 or 5 times. So their lives are up in the air as well, which, oh my gosh, it would absolutely suck if Huey died, not only for Butcher, but like for Annie and for literally all of the boys. And for us. I mean, dude, no one wants to see Huey die. Like I know we've been ragging on him all season, but at this point, it just kind of feels like not that he wants to fit in, but something along those lines to where he's just like, look, I'm not a superhero. I'm dating a superhero. You know, I'm friends with this lunatic that is like way cooler than me and it has like way more going on for him than me. I'm just kind of like lame. The only thing I have to go on for me is this compound V. And I do
we could
like,
see the brain. We could see the brains like
yeah, and
tipping
it's
out of their
starting.
ears as well. Gives them a
Yeah.
They're
sign.
so casual about that too,
It's
bro.
just
Like Huey's just
oh.
like, your brain is leaking. I'm like, what? Why are you just chill with that?
Yeah, but like, yeah, with Huey, I mean, I like how this episode, after him trying to stand up to Soldier Boy just because he has powers, and then Soldier Boy putting him in his place, he's like, you know what? Like, what do I need these powers for? Like, what am I even doing? And he tells Mindstorm, he's like, look, I don't even want to do this anymore. Just wake my friend up, and then this is over with, and you'll never hear from me again. So I think Huey's finally coming to the realization of everything. I hope it's not too late for him. I hope he doesn't try and go back to make amends with Annie and then just to see that she's dead or just for him to die. I really hope not, but I do want to hear y'all's thoughts on like the Temp V like potentially killing both Huey and Butcher, and if not, one or the other, because as of right now, their lives are up in the air.
No.
I'll let Jay go first.
I wouldn't want any of them to die because it just wouldn't feel the same. But if I
Yeah.
had to choose one of them to die, I'd probably choose Butcher.
Yeah.
It's something about Butcher that makes sense, but I wouldn't want any of them to die. But like, yeah, as you said, Butcher's been taking it like constantly. Huey's had about 2 doses, maybe 3. So 3's the actual limit for where you can die. I think it's like 3 to 5. Is when you start like becoming crazy and stuff. But yeah, the whole 10V stuff. It's just because Butcher was about to tell Huey because he was so emotional, but then he would need to get some more. And Huey was like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, like let's do it." But you could tell he really wanted to tell Huey that their life is at risk, but he couldn't do it. But I don't know why he couldn't do it, but yeah, just led them to get more. And I just fear for them because I don't want any of them to die. It'll be a shame.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's, I'm trying to think how many each one took because Butcher took it for gunpowder.
Yeah.
Then he took it for
So when they released
Russian thing.
when
The
they
Russian.
When they
Soldier
released
Boy.
Soldier Boy. Then he took it when Soldier Boy killed Crimson Countess.
Yeah.
And Huey did too that time. And then Hero Gasm. And then
to this episode.
And then this
Surprised
episode.
he's not dead already.
Exactly.
That's
So
the limit.
he's at 5. He's at 5. Huey took it for the Russians. Huey took it for Crimson Countess. Huey took it at Hero Gasm, and Huey took it this episode.
Yeah.
So Huey's at 4.
So they did take it. I completely forgot about Crimson Countess. I totally forgot about that.
That's when Huey showed Annie that he can teleport. So yeah, they're both above the 3 minimum for
I don't know how they're
death.
still alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially Huey, he's just like an ordinary. I can understand Butcher maybe, but like Huey's just an ordinary guy. He's taken 4, and I'm surprised he's not even like his brain's leaking.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah. So like, if I had to, I think I'm with Jay. Like, I love Huey so much, man. And like this season has been like borderline heartbreaking to just watch him like throw all of his hard work away. Like he was happy. He was in a really happy place at the beginning of the season, and then now he's just gone off the rails and just wants to, get revenge and stuff. So if anything, I'd have to choose. I love Butcher too. Like for his, I mean, even though he's an asshole, he treats everybody like shit. But I love Huey. I'd have to choose him. But I think one of them has to die because there's got to be consequences. Because that's what I've been thinking this whole time. Like, there's no way this Temp V stuff is that safe. And now that was confirmed, and so there has to be consequences.
Yeah.
I don't know. Next week is just going to be insane. Like that's the only thing I can just have running through my head is just how crazy next week will be. I think we touched on about everything. We got
a
theories. Yeah, go ahead.
What did you think about the whole things with like the deep in this episode? I just thought it was weird. The octopus has seen more action than many people.
Dude, it was
so weird.
I think the funniest part out of all of that is whenever she his girlfriend keeps calling like the octopus names and he's like, it's a she. Use your pronouns. Know your pronouns. I was like, what, dude?
It's when the octopus touches her leg and then she just jumps out of bed and says, imagine getting that sensation. That'd be so strange.
Oh,
it's just so weird.
Dude, it was like
he
was so casual about it, man. He's like, she wants to wait. Was it the octopus? A he or she? I know you just. It was a she. She wants to taste you, and I was like, come on, bro, chill, dude. What are we doing right now?
This man, dude. Yeah,
he loves octopuses. Let's just say that. Especially down there. Down there.
Yeah. It's just so. Oh man, I hate it. It seems like. I don't know what's going on with him this season, man. It feels like he's dialed that up. I feel like the boys, which I mean, there's no way they would have known, but it's funny how it just falls into place. How we get the which I don't even like saying this dude's name, or I don't even like saying their name, but Ezra Miller. How his Flash tells Aquaman, he's like, it's not a you know, it's
Oh.
not a rumor. It's not a lie about how he fucks fish, and then we have the
Fuck you,
deep over
Barry.
here. Yeah. And then we have the deep over here, just like fucking octopuses all the time. Yeah, it's funny, but it reminds me of
Yeah.
that scene in Peacemaker.
No,
Um,
yeah.
oh
But
yeah, go ahead, Charlie.
yeah, just overall, I'm excited. I'm excited
Yeah.
for the finale. I can't wait to see how they wrap this up, and I can't wait to see how it leads into season 4. A lot of people think season 4 is going to be the final season. I don't know if I'm quite in that camp yet.
Maybe season
I'll
5. Maybe season 5.
Yeah, I could see season 5 maybe being the end, but we'll see how I'll see how next week when we hop back on and
Yeah.
like just to see how I think that this story might wrap up if it could wrap up in season 4 and whatnot. But like I said, there's so many threads for them to touch on, and I can't wait to see how they do it all. There's just it's gonna break my heart because like I love a lot of these characters, and so there's a lot of them are in a dangerous spot, I think. So
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
have to see where this goes. What are your guys'
Yeah.
overall thoughts?
I'm with you, man. It's gonna be hard to say goodbye to these characters for another year or so after next week.
True.
I mean, we got this season, and then it's gone, you know, next week. So, I mean, overall, dude, this has been so much fun to cover, and it's definitely my favorite show of the year. But my favorite comic book show, Better Call Saul. Nothing is beating Better Call Saul. I'm sorry, but favorite comic book show of the year, yes. Favorite comic book show of all time, yes, bro. I'm sticking by it. So I'm absolutely loving this. I'm excited to see where we go next week, and I hope we don't kiss too much people goodbye, you know, because I love these characters. I'm about to go watch Stranger Things, so I'm already gonna get my heart broken by that, apparently. And so for this to be the cherry on top, just please tone it down with the deaths next episode. But yeah, that's about where I stand. Jay, you have any closing thoughts?
Yeah, overall, this is my favorite superhero show of all time. It used to be Daredevil, but ever since season 3 came along, it just continues to deliver on so many levels. Just keeps on breaking the boundaries every episode. And yeah, Homelander is one of my favorite villains of all time. Butcher, great. Huey, every character in this show is just perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm right with you on that. All right, Jay, do you want to tell us, plug anything you want, bro?
Yeah.
Let us know where we can find you.
Well, just my TikTok, jaytalksfilms. You know, like I said, you got Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Stranger Things, The Boys, everything. Just everything really. Breaking Bad sometimes.
There
So
we
where you can
go.
follow me, just at jaytalksfilms, then that's where you'll find me.
Awesome. I'll
Yes,
put
sir.
that in the description.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
great. It's been great
and
coming on here. It's been a pleasure.
yeah, dude, you're invited
Thanks for coming on, bro.
yeah,
Yeah.
for whatever you
All right.
want. If you want to come back next week, dude, I'm down.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I'll
for
be
sure.
done.
We'll just have to figure out the time zones and everything.
I'll figure it.
Yeah, what time is it there for you right now?
It is just past 9:00.
Wow.
Okay. Jeez, yeah.
That's crazy. Nice. Well, we have our whole rest of the day. Charlie has literally his whole entire day. It's 1 o'clock for him.
1 o'clock for me, yeah.
I've spent all my day watching Stranger Things and The Boys, so
That sounds like a good day, bro. Good ass day.
Well, I'm about to go watch
It's been
Stranger
great.
Things.
It's been great.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Enjoy.
Yeah, Charlie, you know, plug your stuff.
Yeah. As you boys know, you boys and girls know, excuse me, don't want to discriminate. You know, we can find me on TikTok at It's Cubson, YouTube just Cubson, and Twitch It's Cubson as well. And you know, I same type of thing as Jay, a lot of Marvel stuff, not as much Star Wars stuff. I'm trying to get on the Star Wars train, but pretty much a lot of stuff in entertainment. I do gaming stuff as well, so if you guys like any of that, you can find me there. And obviously, I'm on this podcast with Aiden each and every week. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. You know where to find me. Everything's gonna be in the description. All I really want to say is just if you're listening on YouTube, we have an audio version on Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify, we have a video version on YouTube. Any support helps. You know, anything y'all feel like doing, subscribe, like, comment. I really do want to get a lot of feedback. I want to get some comments and some feedback on here. It'd be pretty cool. But even just, you know, seeing 14 downloads on our last episode and breaking our record of the most listens across all episodes is really cool. So yeah,
Congrats.
yeah, thank you, Jay. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, Jay, you're more than welcome to come back on whenever you feel like. Just let me know. We're always in contact. So yeah, with that, I want to thank y'all for listening. Peace.
Adios.